I just want to read two quick quotes, but very powerful one that you included in your book. First, you mentioned Francis Schaeffer, who said that the Christian is the really free man. He's free to have imagination. The Christian is the one whose imagination should fly beyond the stars. And I'm saying this when it comes to the whole topic of polemics and how we shouldn't have disallowance or fear or a border or this like the borderline we shouldn't step because that's pagan and that's evil, it's dark. Rather we should use one of the tools or one of the terms or one of the objects or one of the themes that different people use, but we can sanctify them, so to speak. We can baptize them into Christ and Christianity and show them how certain things can lead us to Christ, point to Christ, or how it can be used in good sense. And in this sense, it's imagination. And I also want to read a quick quote by John Walton, who Dr. John Walton, whom you just mentioned. He used to be teaching at Moody just before I went to school. So basically, he says that borrowing, and here he means, supposedly the Bible borrowing from pagan accounts. He says the borrowing is not the issue. Likewise, this need not concern whose ideas are derivative. There is simply common ground across the cognitive environment of the cultures of the ancient world. So, what I'm receiving, you wrote this on page 43. What I'm receiving here from Dr. Walton is that, hey, the ancients had common themes, common words, common cultures. For example, if I'm Eastern European, uh, you said your origin is Polish. Imagine that you were born in Poland, um, and we gather some, people from other Eastern European nations, and let's say we gather around meal or we go and trade with each other. Inevitably, over the course of time, our people will get married, our customs will be exchanged, our beliefs will be mixed, our terms for so many different things will be used as a common theme, as something that we are sharing, even though in different nations, but we are sharing because of that same region of the world. For me, it makes perfect sense if the ancient Israelites lived in that geographical part of the world, and they share their values and their culture and their customs with other people. So of course it makes perfect sense that we'll find so many similar things, not because they stole from each other, rather they had the same source, like for giants or like for the flood, but they
Yeah.
maybe use their own names, when it comes to certain characters, or maybe they will give some different parts of the story, but still all these sources, they should not confuse us and bring us into some conspiracy theory or someone stealing. Rather, hey, look at all these sources, they're talking about the same thing. How about this being true? How about this thing being something that unites us, rather than bringing like I said, conspiracy and trying to distort our belief as supposedly something being stolen. So I just appreciate that you included this couple of very powerful quotes in your book.